Canadian credit delinquencies are rising for everything but mortgages. Right. So right now, mortgages seem to be good. Like for this article talks about how um, we've actually seen a decline in mortgage delinquencies at around 10%, where just 0.18% of outstanding mortgages are past 60 days due, 6 days past due. However, things like your installment loans, those are 49% delinquent, auto loans 23.8%, lines of credit 21.9%, credit cards 17%. So it looks like right now we're feeling the struggle, or we're feeling the tightening. It's just people, again, if you own your home, you're gonna scratch and claw to keep the home. So you'll make sure your mortgage gets paid, but sometimes you might not make that car payment, you might not make that furniture installment payment or that credit card payment. So it's, as of right now, the people they're finding a way to keep those mortgages, but hopefully it's not a sign of what's to come. But we are seeing a big increase in all these other financial holdings. Kind of people are struggling.
Yeah, because right here in this article, it says that it is at a national historical low at 0.14%.
For the mortgages.
Yeah, for the mortgages. But listen to this. 1 in 6 Canadians say in the next 60 days they're going to default on one of their major payments.
Well, so hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully us as Canadians can figure it out. But again, according to the article, it's not looking good in terms of if it's a sign of things to come, with all these other like little smaller financial loans being delinquent. But yeah, it's a.
So I'm gonna tell you something.
Yep.
I exposed this on Randy's rant.
You what?
Okay, exposed it on Randy's rant. I wanted to pull the article up since we were talking here, but I'm just going to talk about it in general. There's something happening. You see, the mortgage defaults are extremely low. But if you look on the bank's book of mortgages, and you get to the part where they're talking about amortizations.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. It's getting bigger and bigger and
bigger. It's massive, 35 years and over. Remember, transactions are very, very low. So there's not a lot of new mortgages going. But meanwhile, this portfolio of 35 years and over amortization is becoming their biggest book of business. Where did that come from? It come from all the people that were going to go delinquent, and they just extended their amortization to allow them to stay in their homes. Isn't that incredible?
If you get a mortgage right now, as long as you get 25 years, right?
Yeah, you can't. You legally cannot do a 35 or 40 year. You can't. You just can't do it. It's just not legal. And so where did they get all this illegal business from, right? So what happens? It's wonderful because it's exactly how we're preaching for people to, and we'll help you if you need help and you're finding yourself in a situation. This is exactly what we had talked about before. Call us and we'll tell you how to do it. But since the banks have now put that on their books, I don't mind saying it out loud what to do. Before I didn't want to, because we really shouldn't be using our knowledge to help Canadians to sidestep the government system. But at the same time, that's not what we wanted to do. What we want to do is help people to stay in their homes. So, but nonetheless, really what it is that when the bank calls you and tells you that your mortgage has gone from $2,000 to $4,000 or $3,500 or $3,000, whatever it is, and you just can't afford it, or it's gone from 3 to 5, like these kind of situations are out there, and you can't afford that. And then you look at your house, and your house may not even be profitable in some cases, the newer mortgages. What you do, and so what you do is this. You go to your bank and you explain to them the situation and let them know if you did sell the house after commissions and everything, there would be a negative. And therefore, the bank would have to lose money. The truth of the matter is the bank's not going to lose any money because the banks, the loans are insured. And so they will get it back. So it's not really big motivation for them. But sometimes they will just do it because they've got special permission from CMHC or the insurers to be able to do this maneuver. And so sometimes they'll do it, but if they see equity in the home, they may just refuse it. And if it's an investment property, they'll probably refuse it. So you have to be careful the words that you use. But if they do refuse it, then you find out who the insurer was and you go to the insurer, because the insurer will be the one that has to lose the money, and the insurer will put pressure on the bank in order to help you to have a longer amortization so you can afford the payments. Because why drive you out of the home for this problem that Bank of Canada has created? Because they supported our federal government with all the spending that they wanted to do during COVID. And so it's not really our fault. And I equate it to this, and I've said this before, is that if the banks were going under, we'd be cutting a check. The government would be getting together. You'd hear it on the news. Oh, the banks are having a thing. So they cut, I don't know, what do you need, $2 trillion to give them a check, and they're gone. But the Canadians, they go and they do something and they hurt a bunch of people, they're not cutting checks anymore. So this is their equivalent of cutting checks. So don't go and just lose your home. And call us and we can...
Sooner than later, too. Yes, don't let it keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
The first time you know you're going to have a problem making that payment, get on it right away.
Before that.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as you know that you can't make a payment, like, start working on it.
Start working on it and put yourselves and get yourself into a situation. I know it's hard because it's embarrassing, and so people don't tend to like to do it, and therefore they cover up in a shell. Well, in that case, you're going to lose your home, or it's going to be too late to be able to do anything. But the sooner that you reach out, because really, guys, it may be embarrassing for you, but it's not your fault.
And is becoming a common issue.
It's becoming I don't know if I would use the word common, because
more common.
It's becoming more common.
That's better.
Add more in front of it. Yeah.
Thank you for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it, and please let us know your thoughts in the comments, as well as any questions you may have. We're live most Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, so make sure that you tune in. Thank you again for watching, and remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and click on the bell icon so you can stay up to date on all of our future uploads.